Hi, I'm Dawn from Dawning Path Wellness and Education, and this is a session on stress is a visitor, not a verdict. Again, stress is a visitor, not a verdict. It's a natural part of being human in this messy human life. We are going to run into stressors, whether it's at work, in the world, in our own homes. And it's a visitor, it doesn't stay. And we have the inner resource to navigate that stress, to release it, to let it feel a little more easy. And so today, this is the ABC practice to release and navigate a little stress. First, we start with becoming aware. And I invite you to lay one hand on the forehead and one hand on the back of the head for what I'd like to call the stress release hold. Just notice how this feels. This brings awareness into the body so that we can check in. How is the stress showing up? Where are you feeling it? And here we start to support it. And then we move into breathe. And I invite you today to take what I call the magic 3 with extended exhale, where we're going to inhale slowly, smoothly, softly, and on the exhale, make your lips look like they're blowing on a pinwheel or through a straw, and slowly exhale through the lips. Sometimes simply becoming aware of the stress and breathing is helpful. Other times we need more choices. So today I invite you to do what is called hands and feet grounding. If you are on the floor, it's a little more tricky, but you just put your feet on the earth and press them down. If you're in a chair, it's much easier to push them down. And then take your hands, we're going to do a mudra. This is just a shape of hands that sends the energy through the body in various ways, intentionally. Show me 4s with your fingers. Close the doors. In other words, fold the fingers softly over the thumbs. We're not gripping. And lay that in your lap. Perhaps if you're seated, you'd rather feel the grounding through your sits bones, which are the feet of our torso. That works as well. That's what I'm doing in this moment. And I continue to just pause and breathe as I ground feet and hands, or sits bones and hands. Everything's modifiable. Notice how that feels. Shake it out. Perhaps you prefer a different choice, such as using sweet eyes. And that's simply where you take a special photo that I have here laying on the floor in front of me, or a special object such as a seashell, or maybe even just a painting that you might have on the wall, or the view out a window. Something that's sweet and brings you joy. And simply soften your gaze, as I will now on the photo on the floor, and stare at that whatever object or photo that brings you sweetness, and stare at it for about 60 seconds. There's no need to set a timer. Just give it some time. And then just know that when you're ready to release that, you can check back in. Go back to A's for awareness. I'm going to go ahead and hug my heart to end this session. Remember that you have the inner resource to navigate stress. That stress is a visitor, not a verdict. You don't need to get stuck in the stress cycle. That you can become aware by doing a neurovascular hold, particularly this stress release hold. by taking 3 magic breaths with that slow extended exhale through the lips. And then making a choice if you need more, such as grounding through the feet or the sits bones and taking this fist shape for grounding fists. Or perhaps staring with sweet eyes on some sweet object or photo. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's a strategy you can use in your day at work or at home after a long day at work. And I just wish for you more ease. May you be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. That's all that means. Be well, and I hope to see you again in another video soon.